Look at my dog. He's so cute. Hey guys. It has been a long time, I'm not going to even lie. Like, I'm kind of ashamed of how much time has passed since the last time I uploaded a video, but honestly, there's only so much I can apologize for because it's been a hectic year. Like, this year has been the most hectic out of, honestly, I would say every year of my life so far. There's been so many big changes that's been happening and lots of new things that has been happening. It took a lot of me having to adjust to the new changes and mentally prepare for it and even mentally adjust to it. So that took a lot of my time. On top of that, I did summer school, so I had summer classes and then work, and honestly, I can only make so many excuses for my slight disappearance, but I'm here, so let's get started. Because of school and work and whatnot, I would come home and I'd be really tired and take like all these naps or have to busy myself with homework and stuff, and so I got into this really bad reading slump, and it's been pretty bad to the point where I started a book months ago in summer and I'm not even halfway through it. And there's like lots of books that, well, not lots of books that I bought, but I bought like a couple and I really want to get to them, but it's really hard when I can't even finish the first one, and I have this OCD problem where if I start a book, even if I'm not really into it, I still really need to finish it, and so that's what I've been trying to do. Anyways, so the book I am currently trying to finish and currently reading is I Am Malala by Malala Yousafzai and Christian Lamb. A lot of you guys probably know her story. It's her autobiography before her unfortunate fatal shooting by the terrorists, and I believe it's the life after that as well. And it talks about like where she's from and her family and the people she grew up around and whatnot. I love Malala. She is my role model. She may be a year or so younger than I, but honestly, she is a huge symbol of courage, a huge symbol of bravery. The fact that she doesn't let a terrorist group bring her down is honestly probably one of the bravest things anyone can do, especially for someone as young as her. She and her father were huge advocates of education for children, especially for girls, and obviously the terrorists, I believe it was the Taliban terrorist group, did not like that. If anything, they discouraged that, and so Malala was on their list. She was a target for them, and even so, she still survives the shooting, survived the shooting, and she still advocates education for all children and all women and girls, and she won the Nobel Peace Prize, and I believe she's the youngest recipient for the prize. If anything, she deserves the prize. She has been doing nothing but promoting education for everyone, and that's honestly the most noble thing anyone can do, because education is key, and for girls who don't receive education to be told that hey, you can, and hey, I am here to tell you that you can and you will, and I will do everything in my power to give you education and have give you the opportunity to receive education, and that's very empowering. So reading about her was amazing, and when I learned that she had her book come out, I was gonna jump on that boat immediately. Another interesting thing is that I work for my school's bookstore, and apparently it's being implemented in one of the freshman courses, because I've seen a lot of freshmen pick up this book for a class, and I don't know which class it is, but it's nice to know that this book is being read in classes in my university. So the next book that I bought is After You by Jojo Moyes, and it's the sequel to Me Before You. So it's basically about Louisa's life after Will Trainor's death. She's basically trying to move on from his death. She's trying to return back to the life she led before his death and before she met him, and she's trying to move on from that and just live her life boldly like he told her to. From what I read, the reviews that I read about this book, I heard that it wasn't as good as the first one, and I kind of sort of expected that. Like, I don't really expect it to live up to the first book, because I really love the first book, and I feel like it's really hard to read a book that does not have Will Trainer in it. I heard that her connection with her new love interest is lacking, and it just doesn't have the same connection as she had with Will Traynor, which is expected. She loved Will. She had a very strong connection with him, and I feel like he can't be replicated with another person. And that's all I heard. I mean, it's just her moving on, and I'm definitely going to read this book because it is a sequel to Me Before You, and I really loved Me Before You. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Next book I bought, it was kind of a random pick. Like, I had no prior knowledge of this book. I didn't know about it at all, but it's basically called The Nest by Cynthia Dupree Sweeney, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Cynthia Dupree Sweeney. And from what I read, it's about a family of dysfunctional adult siblings, and what happens is that their eldest brother, I think his name is Leo, gets in a car accident, and he's kind of like crazy and reckless and whatnot, and that basically endangers the trust fund money that the siblings' deceased father has for them. And the siblings basically are relying on that trust fund money to help solve some of their financial problems that they're having in their life and whatnot. It's just about family, and it's about siblings getting along, getting together and whatnot, and I feel like reading a book is just how family getting along. It's kind of nice. Like, I love reading books like that. It's just like family bondage, family ties, and just love, fuzzy stuff. I'm excited to read this. However, on Goodreads, I've read reviews that say that it's not all that awesome and that it's okay. I mean, it's not super, super amazing, but I'm not gonna let that discourage me, and I'm still gonna read it. So, I am looking forward to this because I haven't heard anything about it, so I'm just going in it with a blind eye. So we'll see how it goes. And last but not least, this book has been kind of circling around a couple of months ago. There was some hype around it. I feel like the hype sort of died down because everybody read it, but I haven't yet. It's The Dark Days Club by Alison Goodman. I haven't really heard much about it because I kind of, again, like, I don't really like to read reviews or watch videos about books that are having all this hype around it, because then it feels like I read the book without actually reading the book. So I don't really know much about what it is and how, if it's good or not. I heard it was good. I mean, I kind of skimmed through some reviews on Goodreads, and you know, I heard it was good, whatnot. But we'll see. It's set in London in 1812. It's about an 18-year-old girl named Lady Helen Rexhall, I believe, and a housemaid of the Queen's, I want to say, disappeared, and then she has to like look into it, and all in all, it's basically about demons and demon hunters and all that stuff. And I think that's really cool because it's set in 1812 and it's in London. We all love that. When I first saw this book and when I first picked it up, I got a very like dark gothic vibe from it, and that's cool because those kind of books are really interesting and they're very intense, or they tend to be from my experience. So I'm actually really excited to read this. I mean, it's got like, I don't know, it's just like 400 plus pages, so it's not horrible, but I mean, with my reading slump, it's going to be pretty freaking horrible. I am excited to see what this book has in store. And that's all I have for you guys. I know I didn't buy a lot of books, but I was smart about it because I know if I buy a lot of books, I'm not really going to get through all of them, and it's just going to sit there, and then I'm going to buy more, and it's going to be this cycle that we're all too familiar with. I'm trying to get out of my reading slump, so I'm trying to like finish Malala's autobiography and get on with the other books that I bought, and hopefully that will help get me out of this reading slump I'm in, because it really sucks. There's so many books that I want to read, but it's just the motivation to read it is very, very low. I will try to keep making videos and stay updated with this. I mean, just know that I'm not going to abandon. It's just I'm going to be here and there once in a while. But I will try to stay updated as much as possible. And that, I hope you guys have an awesome day. Oh, let me know what you guys are reading. Like, I want to know what you guys are reading, honestly. It might, you know, spark some inspiration for me to actually get back into my reading groove. But anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, or morning. And yeah. Bye.